Now we have one single model. What we want to do, we want to offset and give some, base and thickness to this whole skin. So to do that, I will use offset surface, offset surface, and it will ask me to select the surfaces. So we have one surface which I want to offset, right? And when the surface is selected, I will press spacebar or enter. Now you can see these arrows. These arrows denotes that which direction which surface is going to be offsetted. I want everything to be inward. So for that there is an option. If you go on the command line, you will see it says flip all. So I will either click it or I will use F spacebar. It will all the offsets will turn inside, right? And it will give thickness to this model. So current distance is 0.5. I will keep it and see what happens. Okay, good. So you can see the object is offsetted inside 0.5, and let's see, let's go for more. So again I will bring offset surface, and this time let's increase the distance to 1.5 and hit the space bar, and again hit the space bar. So still the distance is not coming up well. Again I will use the offset. You bring back the offset command using the space bar and flip everything, and as this seems a very less distance, let's go by 500 and see what happens. Space bar, space bar. Yes, this seems to be nice. Somehow we are getting a niche inside for my glass and everything. Okay, so I hope this step also you have done, you understood this step. You can go back and start working on it. Also, if you are not able to get smooth surfaces or meshes like this, you need to go back again to the tools in your options menu, or you can directly type options and hit space bar, and in the view, not in the view, go to the mesh option, and here you will see render mesh quality. So the render mesh quality is faster here. If you go for smoother and slower, it will make your mesh more smoother. You can preview it straight away, you can see. Otherwise you have to restart and then do. So you can keep it jagged and faster if you want, right? Or you can cancel and keep it as it is. This is also working fine. So keep up with this particular exercise. I hope you are following this till this stage. Next, what we will do, we will create small rectangular elements which are there already in the building. If you have seen the video in the first place, there is no flat wall. There's small rectangular pipes going around, squarish pipes which are rotating around, and they are opening only at the glass part, right? So we'll create that. So I will go to the front view and I will use contour command, right? How is this command helpful? Let me show you using that help. You can see here they have a demo which shows how can you create contours using this particular it is like intersecting planes at different intervals, and those planes, when they intersect with the surface, they will create lines on that particular point like this. So you give a distance in between them, and it will give you the intersection line with that surface. Perfect, right? So let's see how it works in the real thing. So I will bring the contour command, CONTOUR, contour spacebar. It will ask me to select objects for contour. I will select my object, and then it will ask me to press enter. After selecting, I will press it, It is asking me the contour plane base point. So I will give a base point, let's say somewhere here, left click, and then you can set, make sure your ortho is on, or you can use shift key to give the direction. This is my direction on which I want my section planes to cut. This is the direction on which I want my section plane to cut through this building at particular distance so that I can get my frames. Let's see how. So again I will go to front, back to the front view, and I will type the distance, let's say 800, right? And then again it will ask me another point. I will give another point, second distance point, that also I will keep 800, and then space bar. And the moment you click left click again, it will automatically start building planes, and it will show you the intersections which is coming up. You can see here. So these are the rectangular frames which I was talking about. Perfect, right? This is what we wanted. So I will actually copy this just to keep in a safer side. I will use the copy command, and I will copy them somewhere outside here, and I will select everything. I will select this whole thing and I will hide it for now. Okay. Now this is the thing which we will be working on. What I want to do next is I want to give thickness to these surfaces. I have the intersection, I have the outline. Now I want to extrude these things. So for that I will use, so as these are curves and I need to extrude them, so I will use extrude curve command, right? If you see what this command do, you can go back here and you can see in the help menu what I am talking about. You can see how easily it can extrude any form, any shape of curve, which can help you when you're doing drafting, or you're creating a 3D out of your plan imported from AutoCAD and like that. This tool helps. You can extrude both ways also, like this. You can extrude through and through also. So let's see how it is done, how it is helpful here. Now it is asking select curves. Of course I need to extrude all these curves and then press spacebar. So you can see the direction. I need to give the direction in which you want to extrude. So select the direction and use this snapping and give the direction. I want to extrude in this direction, right? And I want to, the distance here is too much, 1500. I will, as the gapping between the contour planes was 800 previously, if you remember, 800 mm. So I will keep it little less than that, so that a small minor gap I can see. So I will, let's say 750, and press space bar, and you can see my contours are extruded now. Perfect, right? With very minor gap, and they are perfectly aligned like this, as you must have seen in the video as well. Nice, right? You can delete this, or you can keep it for now. You can see how beautifully the glass will come along this and it will merge with this particular. Let's open the glass and see. Okay, so we only copied that thing. We didn't copy the glass. No problem. What we will do, I will unhide the whole thing again. Show objects. So hide, unhide and show objects. When you go to this bulb here, if you right click, it will show all the objects, previous objects. And if you want to hide, you can use the left click. So for now, what I will do, I will delete this, and I will go back to my default thing, and this time I will select this portion right? And I will move it away to get this thing, my rectangular elements. And then quickly I will use the extrude command to extrude them. Extrude curve, right? Direction, again I will give the direction. Distance 750 and spacebar. Done. Okay. And now when you open the glass now, you can see the glass is perfectly fitted. You can hide it for now. And let's go to the rendered option. Perspective, rendered. You can see how beautiful it is looking. We can play with the glass. We can play with the material of the glass. Right? Let's say, as in the shaded viewport it was blue, but here we need to give material to see in the rendering. So if you can see the material here is white glass. What I will do here is I will use plastic, just to identify the material, and color, let's say a little grayish, or you can go bluish, no problem. Okay. Reflectivity, I will keep it 100. Transparency, I will a little bit, I will increase. And yes, now you can see with a little bit of transparency, I can see through and identify my glass. And let's say I will bring some sun settings. So you can bring the rendering tab here, as we have discussed in the first video, how to set up your space. You can go to options and bring these different tabs. So in the rendering, you see this view option, current viewport, resolution. We will cover that one by one. Backdrop. Let me just briefly. By default, this is Rhino render, and as we discussed, we can definitely install other rendering engines as well. We will also cover that in this course later on. First, let me give you a small glimpse of lighting. I will just check this sun box, and the moment I do this, you will see some shadows here and giving some reality to the building. And if I go to sun settings, you will see it has different options. Let's say I want to see exactly now, it will change and set the times and altitude and azimuth. Based on that, it will give you the shadow settings.
So I hope following the steps you have understood the basic processes of these kind of projects. You can use the similar techniques in creating some other forms as well, taking this project as an inspiration. So the idea of showing you modeling of famous buildings is the same, to show you that how can you get inspired by those kind of forms and get creative and create your own, because some of the forms will require similar steps, some of the forms will require similar tools. You must have idea in your mind which is very similar or very close by to these kind of building forms. So that's why it helps. So it's important that you keep practicing this multiple times so that you are familiar with these kind of steps and are familiar with the tools, so you don't forget it again and again. I will see you again with another interesting exercise, another interesting project, again starting from the scratch and telling you the whole story till we complete the project. See you next time. Bye bye.